was getting forgetful, and I figured he was responsible for most of it. But he wasn't, Anne explained. What kind of strange things? Megan asked. Doors that were closed would suddenly be open. I'd clean up in the office and return to find drawers pulled out, the trash can tipped over, and light bulbs. The light bulbs kept popping. I even called an electrician. He said there was nothing wrong. That's when I thought of you, Megan. I remembered our conversation about lingering spirits screwing around with electricity. Well, that's one theory some have, Megan said. I couldn't take it anymore. I closed the business. I started taking Social Security this last year anyway, and I had Albert's life insurance. But I need to sell the building, and I just don't feel right about selling it to some poor, unsuspecting buyer. Not if it's cursed. That doesn't seem right. Well, let me have a look. Did you bring a key? Anne nodded and dug into her pocket, pulling out a keychain. I hope you don't mind if I stay here. I'll go in with you, Tom offered. No, it might be quicker if I do it alone. Megan took the key from Anne. If she did encounter a spirit, she would feel awkward trying to communicate with it while Tom stood by and listened. I'm afraid the electricity is turned off, but the skylights let in plenty of sunshine, Anne told her. A few moments later, Megan unlocked the building's front door and gently pushed it open. She found it was fairly bright inside due to the sun streaming in through overhead skylights. Stepping into the building, she closed the door behind her and looked around. Dust coated the furniture and empty shelves. Just as she reached the center of the room, the overhead light flickered on and off. Looking up to the light fixture, Megan swallowed nervously and said under her breath, Either Anne is wrong about the electricity being off, or... Before she could finish her sentence, a ghostly apparition appeared just a few feet from her. A strikingly handsome, well-dressed young man. He seemed more confused and frightened than poor Anne outside. By his clothes, he was obviously of Tom's generation, and not some ghost who had been lingering for decades. Hello, Megan said. Her greeting startled him. You're willing to talk to me? Willing? Megan asked. Everyone is so rude. All I want is directions. Why won't anyone help me? I'll help you. Where do you want to go? He frowned thoughtfully for a moment and then said, I'm not really sure. That's why I need someone to help me. Do you remember how you got here? He considered the question a moment before answering, and then pointed to the doorway Megan had just entered. I came through that door, of course. Megan looked around the room. Until I came in, there was no one here to help you. Why didn't you just leave? He frowned again. There was. I'm sure there was, and then there wasn't. So why didn't you leave once you were alone? Where would I go? Can you tell me your name? Lucas Saunders. Hello, Lucas Saunders. My name is Megan. Do you know where you were before you came in here? Lucas shook his head. Things are a little confused for me. What was the last thing you remember before coming in here? Megan asked. Lucas closed his eyes and tried to remember. Everything is so jumbled up, but... He opened his eyes again and stared at Megan. Danielle. Danielle is going to be worried about me. Danielle? My wife, Danielle. She's expecting me. I just remembered.